parents can be a little bit alien to us. Local communities yourselves are working with us, with the local councils, the health service, community groups and others for a shared approach to preventing people to turn into violent crime, especially night crime. I understand that there is an initiative called Box Up Crime. It's been introduced into Redbridge and it's run by an ex-gang member, and he himself gives opportunities to anyone who is involved in a gang to obviously associate, to attend. I think it's about one boxing lesson, one in Ilford, South Ilford, and one in Ilford, and they're trying to roll this out into schools as well, just to try and get some catharsis to release all this tension that's been brought up in the youth today. We've also always got the Prince of Wales Trust, obviously aimed at 11 to 30-year-olds. Children should be made more aware of this. That's going to help them get training, jobs and educate them, most importantly. So websites are great in order to go onto the People's Trust if you can make people aware that these opportunities are there, if you know anyone who could be suffering socially. Right, that's knife crime at the moment. We've also got a presentation on county lines. I've spoken briefly about this already. I can draw everyone's attention to the above me. In order for us to tackle county lines, I don't know if anyone is really truly aware of what it is, but in order for us to tackle this, we have to consider its impact on you, us and the nation as a whole. The definition, what is county line system? It's based on criminals in major cities to expand their drug supply business to other more rural and suburban areas of the country. This term gets its name from the single telephone number used to order drugs operated outside the area. These numbers were usually given such a name as the K line, for example, if you're going to say Staffordshire, or if you were saying the P line of Stamford Hope. This helps identify what these are. Criminal exploitation and county lines. It's estimated that there are at least 46,000 children in England who are involved in gang activity. Gang recruits and use children as young people to move drugs and money for them. Children as young as 12 and up to the ages of 17 are often recruited using social media or around the school gates. These children are often targeted if they were particularly vulnerable due to poverty, neglect at home or mental health issues. These children are enticed into belonging to a gang and often treated to gifts such as phones, clothes or trainers and money, etc. Becoming trapped in county lines. Once recruited, children are often given drugs, sometimes concealed in their anuses, and told to take them to another part of the country, often using bus, coach or rail networks. Often they will be robbed en route by direction of the gangs themselves, and then the children then are indebted to that gang. They will be then forced to work for them for a fee in order to pay off that non-eventful debt. This again allows them to convey drugs for the gang, and the cycle continues with every child never being able to pay off their debt, and the child is trapped within this gang for the foreseeable future. With this lifestyle, there are large risks to the safety and well-being of that child, and as they're exposed to violence, weapons, sexual assaults, and other criminal activities. Signs of exploitation in country lines. This is the most important thing, really. Essentially, these are the things that you yourselves can view and see, obviously, if any child that you know is emoting any of this behaviour. Returning home late, staying out all night or going missing, being forced in areas away from home without local ties to that area, becoming secretive about who they are and who they're talking to or where they go, unexplained absences from school, unexplained money, phones, clothing, jewellery, an increase in destructive or aggressive behaviour. They use sexual or drug-related or violent slang terms that they weren't usually aware of. They come home with injuries or looking dishevelled from staying in what they class as trap houses. Having hotel cards, unexplained keys, bus rail tickets without good reason. Suddenly using mobile phones excessively, becoming angry if this is confiscated. And the use of cabs and Uber with no obvious funds to pay for such sources. There is a rescue and response is a 3-year MOPEC funded project within the we call Londoners from the age of up to about 25 who fulfil one of the following of this criteria in order to be involved in this rescue and responsibility partnership. They've got to show that they've had involvement in county lines activity. They've got an association with others who are involved in any such county lines. Their experiences of any child sexual exploitation, sexual violence and or control in the context of a gang activity, or their missing episodes suspected to be linked to the above. Often we as police are first professionals to recognise these signs. We can refer anyone up to the age of 25 to the rescue and response programme for support. The Rescue and Response Partnership consists of the below. It's just an operations manager with 4 partnership coordinators. They've also got 4 analysts underneath them, and it works with the. It's got the St Giles Trust, which is supporting the young men referred to in the programmes. The Yabianda, which is support for all the young women who are referred to this programme, and Safer London, which supports those who are referred who are impacted on or affected by gangs. The Rescue and Response Programme will provide a one-to-one support for young people exploited from London. They've got specialist support for young women. They've helped manage to risk and safeguard those children and or youths up to 25. They support to move away from any criminal exploitation. They support family. They help build network analysts through Pan London intel gathering, and there is an out-of-hours phone number for professionals operated by St Giles Trust, which is for the males. Okay, so that's night crime and county lines. I've spoken a little bit both about them, and hopefully you're a little bit more educated in regards to county lines and what to look out for. But most importantly, how can you help and help yourselves? I always say we should be introducing Crime Stoppers. It's completely anonymous, and anyone who has any intelligence or suspected intelligence, just to fire online or phone up yourselves and then obviously pass off any information, because all information is important to us. This is intelligence based, and the more information we have, obviously the more productive we can be with our end goals. We have peer support for the children. Anyone that can be targeted and tracked, they've got to be made aware of each other, so they should be aware because they know each other more than we do. Obviously, this happens more and more in schools with the youth themselves. They need to be more supportive of each other. Yourselves or your children or family or relatives, you can attend community weapons suites, where it will be basically myself or other officers all around the Met will do safer neighbourhoods, weapons suites. We're looking for obviously that I mentioned, knives, guns, anything drug related. And you can actually come with us. We can do focus-based patrols and get your involvement so you see where we're working from and what we have to do. And also we are trying to instill a street watch mentality. It's an idea that has crept up with some success on walls already in Redbridge. And this is where you're going to be engaging with your neighbours and looking out for each other and build that community spirit back up, so that you know the youths that are walking the streets, you know the people, you know you can identify who is the vulnerable and those who are most likely to be susceptible to any form of night crime or county lines. Right. That's enough from me. My colleague, PC Gakau, is going to give you a brief talk on... What are you going to talk?
Good evening. My name's Sandy Gakau. I'm an officer. Gakau, so it's G-A-K-H-A-L. I'm an officer working part of Redbridge. I've been here for the last 11 years on the borough. Grew up in Redbridge, so it's home to me, and I was glad to be posted here from the start. Before I was a police officer, I was a police cadet, a volunteer police cadet as a teenager, and that's important. You'll realise that as I go through and introduce this project. video that we kind of created. Joined the police as a teenager, gave me everything, allowed me to kind of become a regular police officer. I also met my wife as a police cadet, and now we're married with 2 kids. What I do now is I volunteer as a staff member to help the next generation of young kids who are police cadets themselves, and we help out with our senior cadets and junior cadets. About 2.5 years ago, we had a murder in the borough where a young lad lost his life through knife crime. Now, there's been murders across London before. This one was personal. It was personal to our cadets, and it kind of hit home to them a little bit. They came to us the very next day that we had one of our meetings, and they said, "Look, we've lost one of our friends." This was the young lad who lost his life. Was a friend of theirs, went to school with them. Was studying for his exams, just like that, and to then find out that they only spoke to the day before, and then lost him that evening over an argument where he was stabbed and killed, inspired them to really want to do something around knife crime. Which for me, they kind of came up and said that we want to do something. We don't know what it is, what we're going to do, but we want to get the conversation around knife crime going, and we want to get other students, other young adults our age, talking about knife crime and the impacts of knife crime. For us, fantastic. This was always, for me, cadet-led by them, and they were the ones that were going to champion this project. I was only going to be there to kind of mentor them and steer them in the right direction. So we asked them to come away with us and give us some ideas. What is it that they wanted to do? How do they want to deliver this to their audience? And what they wanted to do was really show the effects of knife crime, not only on the victim or the suspect and their families, but the effects of knife crime to the wider community, to the first responders that have to go and deal with that child who's bleeding out on the floor. They kind of said to us, we would like to get these individuals together and present at different schools to students to get that conversation going. Logistically, that wasn't going to happen. So someone, and I can't remember who, probably my wife, turned around and said, why don't we make a video documentary, a short video where we can get these individuals on camera talking about their experiences and then engage with the students about knife crime. I say we set off to make a video. None of us had any experience about making a video. No one knew. We didn't own a camera. None of the cadets did. I have no background in media at all. But it was their sheer determination that inspired us to kind of go, you know what, you want this to happen, we'll make it happen. So we kind of sat down with them, they wrote the storyline, they all came together, and this was all done in their time. Considering they were still studying for the exams as well. So they would come after school on the weekend and we would sit down and write the storyline, who they were going to approach and kind of get behind the camera, how the camera work was going to be. Some of them would bring in an extension lead, another person would go and source a computer screen, someone else would then go borrow their auntie's camera. So that was a real joint kind of effort by them. We approached the local school and they were kind enough to let us use their facilities and also give us the expertise of one of their media teachers. So these young men and women went away all across London filming something that was completely alien to them, but they were driven. They were driven by wanting to make a change. Fantastic for us. So what I didn't want this to be was, again, a police officer standing in uniform in front of school kids and talking. We do that, and we do it very well with our schools officers. This had to be something different. This had to be something that was driven by them, and it was a peer-on-peer approach. So what I'm going to show you is a short video that they created. This is them in the video, so they do the acting, they've done the filming, the editing, and it's all about showing the effects of knife crime and getting that conversation going within school. And even if we can get one child talking about knife crime, thinking twice about putting the knife back down. Surely that's got to be worth doing. I'm a bit biased with this video. Obviously, I created it with my cadets, so I love it. But you'll see, it's not, you know, it's not something that it's come out of Hollywood or anything like that. And you'll see that from looking at the video. But hopefully, it will inspire you as much as and they inspired me when we made it. And hopefully, you'll agree with me that it does get that message out and that conversation going. Okay. Thank you. I think we're going to try to put it on YouTube. I'm really hoping you don't have any buffering issue.